last episode,
Yeah.
we
It was a
talked
good one. Yep,
ultra
I loved
endurance.
it.
It was, and it was popular. Then I got one of the comments that came back to me was like, well, how long should I run for my
Yeah.
long run?
Yeah.
And I have some theories around it. And in my training plans, I have like a running range, like the ready-made ones, because obviously if you're coming in and then I'm coming in, I'm getting the same plan, we're going to be running different speeds. And so a lot of it's based off of heart rate, which is individual, but then also the long run needs to be long. Like you're going to run 100 Ks and it's going to take you, average person, 15 hours plus kind of thing. Like you can't be running 2 hours every other weekend.
Yeah, like we talked about it in like, how to train for those kind of things a bit last week. We're like, you need to do at least one session, like training session that's, ridiculous.
Yeah.
But if you're doing something like a 100K run or, a 24-hour mountain bike race, you can't be like doing that in your training.
Yeah, so how long? And I rang you up and asked you, like, what do you base it off? Like, because I was worried, what I always try and do is base everything off of some sort of scientific principle, or physiology, or some stress response that is going to induce like a favorable adaptation. And then I was worried, why am I saying 6 hours in this instance, regarding the question? Why am I not saying 5 hours, 43 minutes, or 6:15?
We used to talk about this a lot, actually. But you hit Google, and what did you find in Google?
Nothing. So I went into Google to see what are other people basing their recommendations off. Nothing. There was 2/3 your estimated duration, 2/3 your distance, at least 50 Ks for 100 Ks. There was no more than 3 hours is fine. Like there's a lot of stuff out there. But it was some of it, and it had attempted to sort of justify their recommendation. But then when I went through it, I went into Google Scholar to try and get some science on it. And that was even pretty hard. But I really found two, I guess, defining reasonings or principles that you could base how long you should run or ride, I guess. But running, in my instance, a long run, depending on how fit you are. And what it came down to is it doesn't actually matter how long you're going to run, like how long the event's going to take you. It more matters on what your training load is at one point in time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like you train at this level consistently, right? And because that's all you can manage, because you have kids, you have a job, and you have like this car that you've been working on in your garage, and you like shine the paint every night. So you're busy, right? So you only have so much time to train.
Yeah.
And you do that every week.
Yeah.
But you still want to do a 100K race.
Yep.
Because just for reasons, right?
Yeah.
So all you have to do is, maybe do one super big run.
So there's the longest run, and then there's your long run. So what I mean by this is like what we talked about a lot last week. It's like you need that crazy session. Like if you're going to be out there 15 hours, you need to know what it's going to be like to be tired and be on your feet for 8 hours. Like just to understand what your body's doing, what your clothes do. You're saying how like you would chafe on the top tube just from balancing your bike. You'd never experience that 3 hours kind of thing. So you need to do that. So the longest run then we agreed was mental, with very small portion physical, because you can't expect to get fit or like ridiculously huge improvement in fitness by going like long once. Like if you did it every single weekend or like twice a week, then it's part of your training. Like that's going to incorporate some level of stress adaptation. But just doing it once, like if you run 2 hours every weekend and then you run 8 hours, you can't expect to get 4 times the benefit from it.
I mean, no, if it's that much bigger than what you normally do, you're just going to get pretty tired from it.
Yeah.
Aren't you?
But you also need to do it. Like,
Yeah.
But, and so that's what we're saying. Like, it's not physical or physiological. Like it's just mental in that sense. It's like, I just need to go out there at whatever pace I can sort of sustain, preferably around your goal pace on similar terrain, and test it all out. But then it came back to, so then there's the long run. You also need to train for a 15-hour event. This is sort of what I was basing around 15 to 24 hours kind of thing. But not no one, but almost no one has the time to run 3 hours every day, 5 hours in the weekend, 8 hours in the weekend. You know, so where do you find out how long you should be running? Because a training plan may say one thing, but that could be based on a huge array of principles.
Yeah.
That aren't specific to you.
Yeah.